my god, what time is it? This does not look like 7 a.m. Okay, alright, let's go. Okay, yep, change of scenery, guys. We are not where we normally are. I decided to take like a week off because there was too much going on, and yeah, literally every day was like wake up, do stuff for other people, work on my own things, emails, and I rarely ate or I didn't really have a regular sleeping schedule, and it was kind of crazy. It was getting to the point where I got into grad school and I wasn't even like happy about it. I was just like, okay, next thing. I didn't celebrate it, and my friend was just like, why aren't you celebrating? And then I was just like, yeah, that's right, I'm not eating properly, I'm not sleeping properly. Something is probably wrong right now. So she kind of reminded me that I have to live in the present. What I really hate about myself is for like the past few years, when I was in college, I kind of regard those years of me not knowing what I wanted, and I really wish, for example, that my Instagram was public so that I could have grown a business from it, that I had made videos more consistently once a week. I actually wish I did that since like high school. I should probably forget and not really guilt myself over things that I haven't done in the past, because sometimes I'm just like, oh, you have to make this much videos or put up this many photos on Instagram to make up for what you didn't do, which is kind of like cool, like go-getter, yeah, but it is also exhausting. At the end, I was just like, I really couldn't wait for this break. I'm really glad I took it. I'm pretty sure after you go through the traditional like schooling system of whatever country you're from, your body is set on this like internal clock, circadian rhythm sort of thing to take breaks whenever school had breaks. And when you're out of school, you kind of have to take breaks yourself. And I didn't realize how important that was until I left school. Sometimes I thought I could just like work through a long period of time, but towards the end of it or towards the middle, it would kind of get like more bunched up and more difficult to get through. So I guess breaks are there for a reason. It's really important that you listen to your body and take breaks whenever you're tired, just so that you can, work better actually after. I'm very work oriented. What I did on my break this week was I woke up when I wanted, which is really nice to wake up whenever your body naturally wants to wake up. This included, waking up like in bed, but like still like sleeping in, not like getting up, only getting up like when I was ready. So that felt so nice. How I go through my day normally is that I set like personal timers to myself, like different everything. I'm just like, okay, it shouldn't take more than until this time to get it done. I did not do that for myself during break. I let everything sort of overflow and happen. And yeah, I just didn't get mad at myself for not, being ready at a certain time or like picking something up at my certain time. No. That whole chill, forget about the deadlines thing had me focus more on like my exercise, my eating, my sleeping, and drinking, like hydration. Breaks kind of help you focus on what you can't do later or what you can't focus on later, which is, for me, I know it sounds terrible, is like the natural things like eating, sleeping, drinking water. If those aren't set, if I can't develop habits of those while I'm on break, how am I going to do that? How am I going to stay consistent and be healthy when I have a lot of other things to do? And I think the important thing about breaks too is that they have you rest, and that prevents your work from being mediocre as if you were going to work and be tired. You guys probably think you're insane. Like, you don't even have that many subscribers. Why is like work so important to you? Well, because you know, I'm just like that sort of person. I want everything that I put out there to be the best that at least that I can make it. I do like interact with my family and my friends. Like I do hang out with them, but yeah, other than that, it's just like work for me. I mean, work is what I play with as well. So the other thing that's important about breaks is that they allow you to take a step back and really analyze what you're doing, the big picture. Because when, you know, everything's back to back to back to back, you kind of don't have the time to be like, why am I doing this? Like, it's harder to think that way and to focus on that. Breaks really give you that time. Breaks really give you that time to find purpose in what you do when you're not on break and to think about that. So yeah, I mean, I picked up a new book, which is really helping with how I think about work. So for me, one of the things that I learned from this break actually was to pay attention to my mood and how that affects people that, you know, I love, people around me. Over the past 9 months or so, my housemate has really taught me that my mood can affect how a conversation goes. That I really have control of that, and it's crazy. When I was on break this week, I could really feel that in my household with my parents. I really felt like I had control over the conversation based on listening to what they were saying, based on how I was receiving it, and how I knew I could mold it. And like how I could mold it into something that we could all agree on. How you say things really matter, and I feel like taking a break kind of makes you put yourself in other people's shoes much better and listen to yourself much better too, and therefore compromise better. The benefits of a break are really just like, you know, you'll work better after. You will focus on things that you don't normally get to focus on, whether that's a new activity or just maintaining your health better. And then 3, sometimes you'll be able to communicate with others better well, just because you have a clearer mind and you're listening more. I actually scheduled myself to take a break a few days ago last month, to come home for a few days, like a weekend or a bit more than a weekend. And I didn't take it, and I regret that so much. I did make this break longer though, to sort of make up for it, but I do think regular short breaks could be better than chugging through work and getting tired of it towards the end or the middle and taking a long break in the end. At least for me. And you guys are probably thinking, why are you such a workaholic? Let me tell you, social media is what you make out of it. And right now, to prove that I can like survive off of this, I have to really like keep going and grab from anywhere and everywhere that I can. And it's, yeah, I just want to be able to, you know, survive off of what I like to do. And I feel like that's going to be the entirety of my 20s, is proving that to myself, to my family, to anyone who wants to do this. And I have this really bad mentality of thinking, you know, if I can't survive and do this, then I'm not supposed to be in this realm at all, which is very cutthroat, but it is kind of true in my opinion. I know, please in the comments below, like, advise me on how not to think that way, even though it's like kind of a driving factor. But yeah, that's how important breaks are. And if you guys are still in school, make sure that you know you're going to get tired outside of school, and no one's going to tell you when to take a break. You have to decide and schedule that for yourself. I know this is kind of a talky one, but I had fun filming it, and I really think it's important for everyone to know, because our lives go 100 miles per hour. And with that, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!